Hey guys, Vaughn here, and today I want to bring you the beginning of one of my rank journeys to hopefully diamond. I guess the first goal is gold, and then plat, and then diamond. But this is going to be my journey from absolutely no elo. I actually made a second account because I wanted to start from absolute scratch. My main's sitting at, I think it's 1557 after the reset. I haven't played a single game on it yet.
Welcome
So,
to Summoner's Rift.
during this series, me and Sagai, Bob, are going to be dual queuing and attempting to get as far as we possibly can. The goal for me is diamond, but I think he's going to be happy with gold to start out with. So like I said, me and him are just going to be dual queuing, and Season 3 so far, I've watched a lot of the pros and the big streamers and all that lose a lot of
30
elo
seconds until minions
when they're solo queuing,
spawn.
so it seems to be that duo queue gets you the best results. So I guess my first tip, if you want to start ranking, is find someone that you get along with, someone you can duo queue with well, and duo queue, because you have a lot better odds, as you'll see in this, as a duo queue than you do as a solo. Now, in Season 2, I started pretty late in the season, and I got my main from 1300 to
Minions have
1885 doing solo queue. And I guess there was a little bit of luck thrown into that, but there's nothing wrong with luck. Alright, so let's get into the game. I've been practicing AD for a good solid 3 weeks now because I main AP mid lane. But I wanted to try out AD and Bob agreed to support me. So I have a broken set of runes. I actually have AP runes for my glyphs. I managed to save up enough IP to get attack damage quints and marks, and then I'm just running, I think it's HP per level and a couple armor seals, because, man, runes are expensive. So we start out, because we're on the blue side, even though it's going to get patched or changed in a couple weeks with the item updates and all that, we go ahead and take golems. That way, after I think 4 minions, I'll hit level 2, so we'll have the level advantage, which is nice because we're going against a blitz, and we want to have the level advantage on a blitz because blitz is just annoying. So my goal here is to farm up, play aggressive, and not get hooked. And if I do get hooked, I want to immediately try to turn on Vayne, putting as much damage as I can. So this is the boring part, the beginning, just last hitting. Vayne's still sitting at level 1. Well, let's talk about summoners. I've been practicing a lot of different summer combinations, mainly Flash Cleanse, Flash Ignite, and Flash Heal. And because I saw it was a Blitz and a Vayne, I knew the Vayne was gonna 90%, oh actually like 95%, it's gonna be Flash Cleanse on Vayne, because that's what all Vaynes run. So I didn't really want to grab Ignite because she's either going to cleanse the stun or she would just cleanse the Ignite. So I grabbed Heal because if Blitz does get a lucky grab off and hooks me, I want to have the extra heal to survive the burst, because I know I'm not going to get ignited from Vayne in lane. So I don't have to worry about Ignite, so I went ahead and went Flash Heal. Unfortunately, our top line fed first blood, but it doesn't faze us. Because we're in the psychological mindset of we're going to win this no matter what. I don't care if our lanes feed, we are going to carry these games.
With silver.
So back to summoners. I just told Bob to run Flash Ignite, or sorry, Flash Exhaust, because that's the best combo for support. And it synergizes really well with the stun and his burst, because we don't want them getting away from us. Our lane comp is built on burst, whereas their lane comp, it's strange. They need sustained damage. She's not really a burst champ, so she needs that sustained damage, so I don't think Blitz is the best choice for her. As for the elo of these games, this is my first game on this account, so it's bare minimum. Everyone's silver rating from last game. Oh, this fucking, I think this is one of the only hooks I actually got hooked with. I dashed into his hook. Horrible prediction on my part. I took so much free harass from the Vayne and the Blitz. Both exhausts were burnt. We had to blow ours defensively. They threw theirs aggressively. She got a really big chunk of damage on me. I just wasn't paying attention. And yeah, this one I was paying attention. I knew I could more than likely not do. Well, I gotta stay focused. I keep getting sidetracked. So I'm really happy at this point because this Blitz has only shot 2 hooks. One of them was successful. But he's been super passive early game. And I guess it's because we did have the level advantage, and I guess he noticed that. He might have noticed that. And if he pulls early game while I'm level 2 and Vayne's level 1, she's going to take so much burst. So because he's so... I remember this. I was paying attention, and I knew he was going to try to hook me, so I dodged it, but poor Bob got stuck in the crossfire. And so he hooks me, or he misses the hook on me, pulls in Bob, who immediately goes for the stun and the burst damage. And so that chunk splits down to low, and then he has to back out. And then I try to focus down Vayne, and she ends up blowing Cleanse after Bob stuns her. So now I know that her Flash and Cleanse are both down. And I'm sitting pretty on my Flash heal because I haven't used any summoners yet. And actually, throughout most of this game, I don't actually need to. Because the other lane was so passive, and I was able to be aggressive and get out either by the skin of my teeth without having to use my summoners or just outclaim. So because they're low, we go ahead and all in Vayne because we know she has nothing. I still have Flash up so I can secure the skill, but I get knocked up at the absolute worst moment. Didn't have enough mana to do my smoke screen, so I couldn't get that kill. So I used my Flash for absolutely nothing. Really good on Blitz to knock me up at the very end because he saved his Vayne's life. So let's see, is that our ward? We actually, we should have warded already. Because we're still trying to, oh, okay, so we came in a lane with 1 ward and it's already expired. So we're sitting blind at this point, and we're starting to push up. So I called for the back, because I don't want to risk getting ganked. Blitz does have enough mana to hook, especially with that level up. So we go ahead and base for our first time. Vayne comes back with Tier 2 boots and Adorns. And I am out farming her by 7 so far, and I match it up. I go ahead and grab a sight ward because I like getting in the habit of grabbing an extra sight ward because it's a common misconception that it's up to the support to ward. That's not true. Everyone can ward. Supports sometimes are the ones that are starved the most, so having an AD or the mid place wards down, or even the jungler place wards down, instead of having the support have to try to save up money for it, really helps the team overall because 1, you get sight, 2, less ganks, or at least if you're paying attention, you don't get ganked, and 3, your support can build bigger and better items that are going to help. Sometimes just the AD, but usually like a Shurelius or a Aegis of the Legion is going to help the entire team. So helping out your support by picking up wards here and there is a good strategy. And it really bums me out when I see people saying it's up to the support to ward. It's not true. So there's another tip for you. Ward. Even if you're the AD, it doesn't matter what position you're on the team, grab a couple wards here and there, especially if you don't have enough money to buy that big item and you know you're just going to go back to lane, just pick up a ward, maybe 2. And then the second tip about that is don't forget to place the ward. I take, what was that, 30 seconds, 40 seconds to actually place the ward. We could have been ganked in that window, but thankfully we weren't, so I just go ahead and finally get that ward down. And because I got that ward, Bob was able to pick up his regrowth, which would give him a little bit more sustained. He could take a little bit more harass and heal it back. And so now we're just back to the farming war. I'm keeping the lead now by 7, okay, 10. And whenever I can, I try to get in free poke, because I know I had a big minion right there in front of me, so if Blitz went to try to hook me, it more than likely would have missed, or hit the big minion. So it's just free harass, and whenever you can get in free harass and not miss any CS, take it. You don't want to be passive. I mean, there's certain things you have to be passive against, like, you'd think you want to be passive against a Blitz, but as long as you're paying attention to where he is, where the hook can come from, you can be highly aggressive. And if I do mess up and get hooked, Bob's dead stun. Now Bob was out of position, which is a good opportunity to hook Bob, but we're just so tanky at this point. I think, let's see, how far in? He's got 3 levels into his W, which gives a passive defense bonus. So even though they hooked and tried to put in damage, it just wasn't enough. Vayne didn't even, I don't even think she got 3 stacks to get her passive 2 damage off. So they're probably psychologically thinking they're losing, which they are. They're losing in CS. Vayne wasn't paying attention. She got stunned. I followed up. We both followed up with a full-on burst. If Bob didn't have flash right there, he would have died. He tanked it a little too long because I was at almost full HP. I was down maybe 20 health. So he should have walked out and let me take the last 2 or 3 tower hits to secure the kill on Blitz, because I still also had heal up. So if things got really bad, I was fine. So looking back at what Vayne did, she walked near the bush without having any sight in the bush. And she should have known that Tark was there ready to stun. But low elo, can't blame him. She got stunned, and then I unleashed everything. Bob unleashed everything. So his ult and his W shatter, along with my buckshot and... oh, what's the ult called? Oh, that's a lame name. Collateral damage. Basically just my ult. All our ults and Ws and Qs stacked. Insta-gibbed her. So I was able to come back off of that and get a BF sword. So now I'm sitting really pretty. And so now I just want to get back to lane. I think I might pick up golems, because I like to pick up golems when I can. No reason not to. Junglers usually leave golems at this hero. And I don't lose that much HP, don't lose that much mana. So it's just free gold and a little bit of XP. Puts me even more ahead of the lane. So Blitz went into the Philosopher's Stone first, which I wouldn't recommend, because you wanna... easy dodge right there. You wanna build tanky on Blitz, because seeing a tanky Blitz like that with the Heart of Gold, even though it's gonna be removed, so this isn't even valid anymore. Heart of Gold, it gives you more health, and that factors into a psychological thing, because when you look at Blitz and he's only got, let's say, 12 little health bars, that's not as threatening as 15 or 16, maybe even 20, I'm not sure how many he puts you at. But those extra health bars make it just seem like he's that much more tankier. And as a burst champ, you like seeing little health bars and not very many of them. So when you're looking up against a Blitz that has a ton of health bars, it just looks better and feels better and works better being tankier in lane earlier than taking a Philosopher. But because of how he's playing so passive, I guess Philosopher works best for him, because he's getting mana back and he's getting health back, because he has taken a lot of free wrath. And I think... well, basically, because this Blitzcrank can't land a hook on me, Udyr's not really even putting any effort into ganking me. So our lane's just basically farming back and forth. And whenever we get a chance, we try to burst down Vayne. And back about, I guess it was a minute ago, I blew my ult. I don't remember why I blew my ult, in all honesty. I mean, it's pretty short cooldown. It's only a minute and 40 seconds. But I don't remember why I blew it. I think it might have just been a follow Paras from the stun. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd save your ult until you can actually burst her down. So back to farming again. Whenever I get a chance, try to pop in a free shot Paras, because the Blitz is too passive. I mean, I can imagine being this Vayne. What can she do? Her Blitz is sitting behind her. And so Bob just gets to walk up, free stun onto Vayne. She didn't pop her cleanse fast enough, so she took a full burst from us. I go balls deep right here because I have heal. I popped my heal early, even though the tower wasn't even on me. Bob was there to tank it for me. I remember this part. This is a first step, so I know I have enough mana to E over the wall, which is my dash. But I make the mistake of E'ing into an Ahri, who did miss her charm, but she had her ult and W ignite,
Shut down.
and Q. So, made a really vital mistake right there by dashing into her. I should have waited for her to dash up here first, and then maybe dash down, but it was just a lose-lose situation for me because my position had me pinned in really well. So Ahri gets a kill on me, my first death. We try to follow up, and he gets the max range stun. Support kills with the dash. And then they actually clean up fairly decently because I didn't hit them, I didn't get any assists or anything. So that was a 1-for-2 exchange, not too bad. We almost make the mistake of getting caught, but thankfully there was a minion wave here, so Blitz didn't get hooked. Blitz sees 3 people and just backs off, even though he probably could have got Bob. Actually, they probably could have got all 3 if they played it right. But like I was saying earlier, this Blitz is far too passive. If you're a Blitz support, once you start playing passive, you just completely lose your lane. Usually Blitzes start playing passive after they've already lost a lane, but playing passive, even if you have lost your lane, it really screws over your AD. I've played quite a few times as AD with a passive Blitz, and it's shitty. It sucks. Because the Blitz is sitting behind me. How is he going to get a hook? And how am I supposed to avoid taking free harass when my support, my Blitz, is sitting behind me? So as you can see here, the Blitz is just constantly sitting behind his AD. Even when Tarek's not here and it's just me. I mean, he's not even looking for an opportunity to grab me. So because I'm by myself, I don't want to risk it. I want to play it safe, so I just go ahead and pick up golems while I'm waiting for Bob to come back down. So Vayne gets a little bit of free CS. And then we look for a gank. This Blitz is doing good when it comes forward. I do have to jump. Failed jump by Kha'Zix. So because we missed that jump, we can't really follow it up. I put in a couple auto attacks here and there. But I think at this point I have my Bloodthirster. Yeah, so I went Bloodthirster first. Because I could. In this, looking at their team, I'm going to be taking a lot of harass from Ahri, mainly Ahri. So I don't really need a IE because our team's doing much better. We're 6 kills up, we're tankier, and we have, I think, more burst. Yeah, I'd say we have more burst. So I don't really need the IE yet. So I went Bloodthirster first because I want to be able to heal up the damage that Ahri's going to do to me. Because Ahri's really the only one that's going to get to me. If any of the other ones get to me, I did something wrong. Either I got grabbed by Darius, or I just didn't kite well and Udyr walks up to me and hits me. I shouldn't be taking damage unless it's from Ahri, who can dash with her ult to hit me. So that's why I went Bloodthirster first. So I'm sitting with a Bloodthirster boots and Adorns, winning the farm war by far. Another missed hook. That was actually a pretty easy hook. He could have pulled it off. So Udyr's coming down the gank. We see that because we have a ward. Kha'Zix follows it up. We burst Blitz because he's the closest target. Kha'Zix might have wanted to jump on Blitz, but we just changed focus to Udyr. He does drop. I get the kill for that. Miscommunication on my part with Bob. Actually, he didn't tell me. He just flashed without telling me. So I couldn't follow that up. I wasn't expecting it. He was a little balls to the wall with the stuff tower, full wave. We didn't have any minions, so we would have been taking the shots. So Bob, well, he wastes the slash right there. So we take the kill on Udyr and leave it at that, and then we push down the tower. And now that we've pushed down the tower, it's almost 19 minutes in. Go ahead and take an easy drag because Blitz had to go back and heal. Their jungler just respawned, so he can't get there in time. There's 4 of us here anyhow. So we burst down Dragon. I go ahead and recall. I sit here because my E's up now. So if I needed to, I can just E over the wall. And then I think I get a Zeal. Yep, I get a Zeal because I like to get the Zeal on all my AD champs because I like that extra attack speed. I feel like an orb walk better. And it just feels more comfortable the more attack speed you have. So I grab a Zeal and a Longsword because I want to build that into a... Oh crap, what's it called? I just totally forgot, one sec. Oh, wrong button. The one that gives armor pen, whatever it's called. It'll come back to me eventually. So because my lane's pushed and I don't have my support with me, I just go ahead and take golems. And I feel comfortable enough to just go into lane because I see it's just Vayne and I see Blitz mid. And I'm a Bloodthirster, red buff, Zeal up. on this Vayne. This Vayne has no damage. No damage. So I try to get her, force the flash. I make the mistake of flashing in here. I try to turn on her, but I don't play it right. And then she makes the mistake of walking back into me. I have red level and heal. Heal keeps me up. And then Blitz tries to come in behind, but Bob shows up 6 times to help me out. Blitz and Udyr, they cannot kill me. I get a nice crit on... I get a crit on Blitz. I think he panic flashed because Bob was still there, even though Dazzle wasn't up. So the rest of their team comes up. I just try to sit back to as much damage as I can without taking any damage. I think Ahri hit a charm on Bob, followed up by Udyr. Bob gets hooked, but he's just too tanky. Ahri tries to dash away but gets caught in a snare from Zyra. I finish her off, take the double kill, and then I know we can just go all the way through with this. I tank tower shot, hit him once, actually follow up through because I know there's not enough damage to break him down, and they surrender. I thought they surrendered so early, but really good team play from us. The Blitz went way too passive. I know he was losing lane, and I don't think he really trusted his AD, but he went too passive. If he tried to get more hooks in and landed more hooks, we probably would have played a little bit more passive, and Udyr could have stepped in early game for some ganks, but because the Blitz was so passive and missing all his hooks, I think he hooked me once and that was it. He really lost spot lane for them. And a psychological aspect of bot lane, or actually any lane winning early, kind of spreads to the whole team, so it was a cascading effect. All lanes did really good that game. I think Ahri got shut down. Yeah, I think she roamed twice and got killed. Or just got jungle gamed, but it was a really good first game. Me and Bob were really happy with that. I made a couple mistakes here and there, of course, but overall it was a really good game. So thanks for watching, and I should have the second episode. We've done 2 ranked games so far. I should have the second episode up maybe tonight, otherwise it'll be tomorrow or in the next week or so. And I'm also looking to put out, I think, another 4 games that I want to commentate and put out. And, oh, for the people that want me to start live commentating, it's really hard for me to do because I usually have music running in the background and I don't want to have all that copyright crap. So if you want to hear me live commentating, check out my stream. It'll be in the info box below, because I do want to get in the habit of live commentating, but my stream has 2 or 3 people and that's about it. So I feel really strange talking to myself. So once I get more viewers, I will start live commentating on my live streams, and I do live stream every day. I think the last day I missed 1 day because it was the weekend and I had to go somewhere and do something. But I stream every day, usually about 12 Pacific, noon Pacific, anywhere from noon to midnight, sometimes a little bit later. So check out my stream if you want to hear me, or if you want to see me play and live commentate. And other than that, look for the videos in the future, and thanks for watching.